there, it's Wednesday afternoon, and I spent the morning recording the voiceover for video number 2 for the bandsaw build. Got that all done. I had the video half edited. Like I mentioned in the last video, I've gone through the first phase, and I'll spend tomorrow working on the rest. I should have it done, no problem, by the weekend. Also, I came out here mainly to clean up the shop and talk about the title of this video. But sitting on my doorstep was this box from Lee Valley Tools. This is something that I ordered 2 days ago, and we're going to do an unboxing right here. My very first unboxing on YouTube. Okay? I don't do these things because I think they're idiotic, but I can give in to the idiocy every once in a while. I know you can't really see what's going on here, but take out the paper, and then what's important is inside here. Oh, hang on. Paper on the bottom. Oh, that is the bottom. Hang on. Oh, it's Festool. Festool. Throw the box away. I got the bubble wrap here. Cut. And I know you can't see what I'm up to, but you can imagine. I'm cutting the bubble wrap off the box. And here we go. This is nice plastic. This is the sustainer that I probably won't use. And it rotates like that, and I can open it up, and you can see inside. It's a domino doohickey. It's actually the domino, the smaller version. That kind of makes it sound like it's cheap, but it's not. The smaller version kit that has these other gadgets in with it that I may or may not use. And here's the machine itself. And the cord, I already took that out. That plugs in the back. And it's really cold, because it's been really cold here for several days. And there's that, and there's a little cheap wrench, and then there's a thing in here that's this. And it's all plastic, but you know what? The plastic that's made by Festool is somehow blessed by the Festool engineers, so it's good. It must be good. Anyway, so yeah, I bought this with my own money, not sent to me by any company for promotional reasons or from the manufacturer themselves. No, I bought it with my own money because I figured if there is a tool from them that's worth buying, I know there are probably others, but I've got lots of tools here that work just fine. It'll be this thing. Okay? And I've got a few builds coming up where I could really use something like this. And this is, the answer to quick, strong joinery, as far as I'm concerned. So, yeah, I got this. And it's damn cold. I watched a video last night from David, Make Something, and talked about kickback. And this is on top of another video I saw a few weeks ago from Andrew Klein that talked about a similar thing. And that's calling what I call flickback. They're calling it kickback. And I guess you could, if you're kind of loose with the way you talk about things, call that kickback, because, the work did kick back. The piece did kick back, technically, you could say. But in my mind, and from my perspective, there's a definite distinction between what's flickback, what I call flickback, and kickback. Is similar to the distinction between having somebody throw a 1/2-inch steel ball bearing at you like as hard as they can, and somebody using a slingshot to do that. You can imagine that there's quite a difference between those two. So calling flick back kickback kind of diminishes that difference when they're not the same thing. Because flick back can happen with anything that rotates. Okay, you know, if you're sanding something on a belt sander that you have turned upside down, and you drop it, it hits the surface that's moving and it flicks back at you. Okay, that's flick back. But if you somehow manage to jam something between that moving belt and some other thing that you have set up there, maybe a fence to hold it in place, and you get it in between that belt and the fence, and that comes at you at a much higher velocity, that's kickback. That's the difference. The object that's going to be the projectile jammed between the thing that's rotating and the thing that's not moving. As in, on a table saw, kickback happens between the rotating blade and the fence, where the wood gets jammed sideways and it starts to wedge in there even tighter as the blade's turning, and bang, it shoots out like a bullet. That is kickback. And of course, you can get injured by flick back, but not to the same degree as you can from kickback. Kickback is a serious, very serious thing. Flick back can be serious, but it's not in the same league, in my opinion. What do you think? Leave your opinion in the comments.
Geologists have collected enough sea cores to form a detailed history of climate.
Since this theory can precisely predict when ice ages occurred in the past, which can be tested against these deep sea cores, it also can predict when ice ages will occur in the future. From this theory, we can say with confidence that we are currently heading